Well, hello, my cosmic friends. I am here to do our alignment reading. This reading is going to be based on a situation, but at the same time, um, it's going to be basically a situation to your discernment. But we're going to be focusing on alignment. I used to do those when I first started, and then I started getting requests, to do all these love readings, which I love doing love readings, relationship readings. They're my favorite. But I think that what happens is we really do forget to align ourselves with the universe so that we can actually get the relationships that we want, or have the relationships that we already have to be more in alignment, which is very, very, very important. So we will do that while we're here today. So I'll do a short reading, and this is good because this is going to be pretty general. This is going to be a reading around disappointment in love and reciprocity. Disappointment in love and reciprocity. A lot of our readings come up like this, not just the ones that I do, but the ones in general. And when we have disappointments in love, most of the time it is due to a perception that we've held that the relationship in question didn't turn out the way it was supposed to turn out. Now, with that knowledge, it's really important to know that if we change our perception, and a lot of times we think that when we change our perception that we also are letting go of the dream of the relationship that we hold in our minds. And what I'll do is I'll even use a job as an example. I remember when I wanted a specific job, like I wanted to work at a specific place with utilizing my degree. I just had it all worked out. And it was years before that manifested. And when I go back and look at why it took so long, it was because I was not learning the lessons that I needed to learn along the way, or at least I wasn't appreciating those lessons. It wasn't until I started connecting the dots along my journey, started appreciating all of the experiences, good and bad, that I was having on my career journey, that I realized, this is leading somewhere. So when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about jobs and financial success, when we're even talking about health, there are certain steps that have to take place. Now, it's human nature for us to actually take the most difficult route, because many of us have had lovers who have begged our hand in marriage, who've wanted us to run away with them or take care of us or do these wonderful storybook things. But many of my clients have their eye on someone that's unavailable right now. Well, when that happens, the universe has to work out certain steps in order for that manifestation to take place, if ever it does. And when we understand that the steps that are happening are not going to always look like they are in alignment with what we want, then we can count it all joy, rather than looking at every deviation or every step as a deviation if it's not looking exactly like we want it to. So with this disappointment in love and reciprocity, I'm going to talk about alignment, and we're going to see what the cards say. I mean, I have my own opinions about disappointment in love and reciprocity, but I'm going to go ahead and just see what the cards say about how to get in alignment with that. Okay? So, let's see. Wow. Very good. Very, 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 very good. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that all right. So in regards to disappointment, the disappointments that we perceive are basically our sacrifices that we have to make along the way. Right? Nothing comes for free. Nothing is free. I'm trying to make sure that glare doesn't stay on there. Maybe get beyond the glare. Nothing is for free. So when we think of love, because there's not really a price, when you say money can't buy love, since we can't go out and spend $100, $200, $300 to buy love, a lot of times we have to sacrifice to get to the love that we want through disappointments. And when we look at the fact that the Three of Swords, even though it's going through the heart, it's still a mental card. So it's not necessarily as heartbreaking as we think it is. So what you have to do is objectively look at this love thing as something that is not actually having the person as the goal, but having your growth as the goal. And when you look at the fact that the perceived disappointments that you have are merely sacrifices, and they're sacrifices to help you give up the perceptions that are holding you back when it does come to love. Okay? Once you work through these Three of Swords energy and sacrifice the perception that's actually causing this perceived pain, then you can begin to increase love in your life. Increase love. So we have now part of Fortune, which is all about increasing, and then we have the Page of Cups. So you want to increase this, and you increase it simply by changing your mentality around it. And you can do that simply by constantly letting yourself know, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Simply saying I am enough can cause increase in your life, because when you feel you are not enough, you tend to perceive that the world outside of you is not enough. Once you say I am enough, you increase the I am in you, which increases everything outside of you. So once you make the sacrifice of giving up the perceived perceptions that are causing you to feel this pain and love, and you begin to know that you are enough and that you are love instead of looking for love, then love begins to increase. Okay? So the universe is wanting you to change your perspective in this manner. This is going to also help with your readings. Okay? Then we got the lunar eclipse card, which is all about change. It's all about change and making sure that you understand that nothing stays the same. Therefore, your perceptions have to be bendable. They have to be mutable. You have to understand that, again, if you feel like you're not getting the reciprocity that you deserve in love, it's usually due to the fact that you are not fully nurturing yourself. Right? You're waiting for somebody to give you something, right? You're saying, if you love me, you'll give me this, or you'll give me that, or you'll be fair, or you'll, make sure everything is equal. And what's happening is many of you are leaving the scales of justice in someone else's hands rather than actually taking charge of the fact that you yourself can provide the reciprocity that you're looking for. Someone asked me, and this is amazing that this came out, because I have a spiritual friend and she sent me a text and said, finish this sentence. I am looking for blank. Well, it took me a day to answer her, but when I did answer her, I was trying to come up with a clever answer, something that would match the fact that I'm a life coach, that I know so much, and Spirit said, humble yourself, be honest with yourself, and say what it is that you're looking for. And the first thing that came to my mind was reciprocity, and it's amazing that this actually came up. Give and take, equal give and take, which is reciprocity. Well, this lunar eclipse change card immediately spoke to me about changing my perspective. Once I sacrifice my old perspectives and give those up, and then move into the increasing of love within myself, now I can begin to change the way I view give and take. I cannot expect people to give what I give and take what I take and do what I do and be who I be. And neither can you. So changing your whole perspective around giving and taking. Now what I'm hoping is that when I do my alignment readings, is that when I read that you begin to look at things more positive. Right? Because I like to read positive readings, even though it seems negative. I like to do the positive spin on it at the end of it, at least, even if it does appear to be negative. And what I get from here is to stop waiting on other people to give you what you need. Stop saying, if they love me, they give me this. If they love me, they give me that. Please give me more love. Please give me the job that I want. Please give me the health. Please give. You already have those things. The whole goal is to change your perspective so that you can actually align with what's already there. So sacrifice, increase, and change is the beginning steps to your alignment when it comes to love. I hope this is making sense for you, because it is totally speaking to me. Disappointments in love and reciprocity, and how to align with abundance. That's basically what I think I'll call this, how to increase the love. Let's see if these have any advice for us, any more insight for us here. Okay, ending in order to begin. That's the coffin card. Once again, very good reading here, because we have the coffin card, which represents the death and rebirth of things. Just because something dies does not mean that it's necessarily over. An ending is just a beginning. Always. An ending is always a beginning. So when we make the sacrifice to give up our old perspectives about love and disappointment, we begin a whole new cycle of rebirth in love. And when this love is rebirthing in us, it's increasing in us. When it increases in us, we actually, which here is the fish card, which is about money, abundance, and marriage. All right? You begin to draw both finances and love to you. And this again is solidifying the whole sacrifice, increase, change step that steps that we need to take in order to draw more love, more abundance, more prosperity in our lives. Very, very important here. Very good stuff. Let's see. I'm using, of course, my decision guide that I've actually created, which is my very own deck that I love. Let's see what messages are here for more alignment. The 3 steps to alignment for love and prosperity. Wow, this is beautiful advice. I needed this. So often we feel like, I was talking to someone today, my daughter actually, no, my son, and I was like, I've made so many sacrifices in my life that, I feel like I deserve this, that, the other. Sacrifices never end. If you're not sacrificing money, you're sacrificing time. If you're not sacrificing time, you're sacrificing feelings, you're sacrificing thoughts, you're sacrificing your perspectives, your beliefs. A lot of times sacrifice is looked at as something negative, but when you actually give a sacrifice, you're actually showing your commitment to what it is that you really, really want. And the sacrifice is not nearly as negative once you fully know exactly what it is that you want. A lot of times the reason why we look at sacrifice as a negative is because we are so disconnected from our true desires. We desire what we think we want rather than desiring what the spirit is actually needing. Once you get in touch deeply with your deep soul desire, and not a desire that's just such a longing, needing, please, please, please desire. One that's more edifying, not one that, oh, I feel so empty without this. Once you do that, whatever you do is going to be a success. Once you learn that sacrifice is something that is positive, it's necessary. Once you understand that you must increase the love inside of you before you actually can increase the love outside of you. And once you realize that you need to completely change your perspective around reciprocity, meaning that you can no longer feel like somebody owes you anything, that you always have to put the scales of justice in somebody else's hands. And once you realize you have the power to create the love and the life that you want, then it will automatically be a success. Also, cooperation. And I think this is not cooperation with people, but this is the universe asking you to cooperate with it to help you bring you what you say you want. So the universe is saying, help me help you. You will need to work with the universe in order to accomplish this. Okay? Also, be silent. A lot of the times when we feel negative about something, we like to give it a voice. We like to give it energy. We like to give it legs, breath, a soul, a spirit, and it comes to life and it becomes its own entity. And it begins to play out a role in our lives, and it follows us wherever we go. So when you're silent, if you're feeling negative, when you're silent, you take the voice away from that negative energy and you stop its momentum in its tracks so that it does not take over the success that the universe is actually trying to bring you. You go ahead and you kill it with the coffin so that new beginnings can begin to actually manifest in your life, so that you can get the money, the marriage, the abundance, the job, the career that you want. Be silent. Don't even discuss it. When you feel disappointment, acknowledge it in yourself, but quickly move forward. Move on to another reality. Remember, we live in a universe, a multi-universe. It's not just a multiverse, right? It's a multiverse. You have unlimited realities that you can choose from. If for whatever reason this reality is disappointing, whatever your readings have been coming out to, and they're constantly disappointing, that is your cue that you must change the channel. Change the channel and stop living in that confirmation if you're tired of it. There have been times that I've pulled cards on an issue. Literally, I promise you this is the truth. Matter of fact, I did it a couple of nights ago. There was an issue that was keeping me up. I pulled cards on it, and I got a layout that was very much in alignment with the situation, right? Of my reality of the situation. Very confirming. Then I meditated for 45 minutes. Fell asleep a couple of times, had to wake myself back up, and I just kept pulling myself back, meditating. I breathed. I did a lot of deep breathing because I wanted to purge myself of that old energy. I wanted to sacrifice that perspective that was constantly coming, that was constantly coming in my reality that I had adopted. I wanted to give that up. I wanted to lay that on the altar, so to speak. And about an hour, about 15 minutes after that, which is about an hour from the first reading, I pulled cards on it again. When I did that, there was such a shift in the reading. So what I did was I claimed that reading. I claimed it. I just put my hands over it and I prayed a prayer of declaration over that particular reading, and I locked it in. All right. One day I may do some of the things that I do in my personal development online for you all, just to kind of show you what cards are really for. You know, they're really to help you read your perspective, right? A lot of times our perspective plays out this movie, this reality. And we say, wow, the card said exactly what I was thinking or going through, or the movie that I've been in for the last however many years, months, or days, right? You can change that. You can change that. I promise you, you can change that. Your family will give you cues to your next move. This right here is a sign to let you know to look within your family. Over the holidays, I have had some amazing conversations with my nephews, in particular the males of the family, and had some amazing insights into the heart of young men and their plights and their perspective. So look at some family members, open up to them. Sometimes we take our families for granted because we're around them all the time. We hear their stories all the time, but look beyond what they're saying or what you think they're about to say. Really tune into them and see if they're spilling out messages that you actually need for yourself. Also, take responsibility for yourself. Take care of your weight, your blood pressure, your spirit, your emotions, your energy. Okay? This is what you need while you're making these sacrifices, because there's a physiological, a chemical change in you the moment you begin to give up perspectives, increase love, and change your ideas around give and take. There's a chemical change that happens in you, and during that chemical change you want to make sure that you're also feeding your body the proper nutrients and making sure that you are giving your body the ultimate vibration that it really needs in order to receive the love and the blessings that's coming in. Okay? Wow. Y'all don't know. This is speaking. This is speaking. This is speaking to me. What I want is for you all to meditate on this. Meditate on this. They're going to be, as you increase the love, it's going to be doing some healing and reconciliation. Now, everybody gets excited over the reconciliation cards. They either get angry or they get happy. But I want you to look at reconciliation as something neutral. Detach from it and just look at it as something for you, a gift for you, a time for you to put things to rest one way or the other, not a time for you to have more chances to manipulate the situation, to influence the partner, to say, you know, let's try this, let's try that. Really, as you look at it as a time to just receive. Notice that reconciliation has a re here. All right? I want you to face this with another re, which is receive. When someone comes in for reconciliation, say thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. If you have to apologize and forgive, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I accept your apology. Whatever it is. But don't use that time to jump right back into the same old patterns, do the same thing. Because this is specifically geared towards alignment. If you're doing all of these steps, when I do my readings and you do these alignment steps, that will bring about reconciliation. This is why I felt like this reading was necessary, because I'm getting a lot of readings where people are missing the love of their lives, so to speak. They want to see people. They want to hear from people. They want to put things back together. Well, before that can happen, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to increase the love in yourself, and you're going to have to change your perspectives around reciprocity. Meaning you can't always feel entitled, like you deserve this, you deserve that, and waiting for this person to give you something. It's not going to come like that, right? Once you give to yourself, then you will see reconciliation, okay? And then as you increase the love within you, these romantic feelings are not going to be between you and another person. They're going to be between you and your creator, you and your higher self, you and the I am in you, you and the universe, you and the frequency within you is going to manifest into these romantic feelings. As you begin to feel more romantic inside, then that is going to further increase your love. It's going to also further increase your power to give and take within yourself, to give to yourself. And also make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. We're going to end on that because these are the steps. Sacrifice, increase, and change. Sacrifice, increase, and change. Those are your steps for this particular video. Right? Those are your steps. Right? For this particular lesson. For this particular alignment process. Okay? Because that's what this is. This is an alignment process. We have gratitude. We all know the power of gratitude, right? Let's read about it. Okay, so we have the advice of gratitude. So, if we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. I think this is an excellent card. This card comes forth to remind you of the absolute magnificence of this beautiful world we live in, to truly appreciate it, to really open your heart and mind to the magic of nature and the divine matrix of which we're all a part. When you're in a space of gratitude, you're in the space of love and acceptance of what is. This is a deep appreciation of the moment, which allows walls of resistance to break away from within you, not within your partner, not within your love life, within you. Breaking through walls of resistance allows you to address fears which are ultimately formed by you to keep pain out. By building walls around your heart, however, you're actually keeping pain in and stopping your soul from evolving. Gratitude holds such a high vibration that it can literally break through the strongest, most stubborn walls. Gratitude is one of the highest forms of love you can bestow upon another. When you're grateful, you radiate love. The more you love, you radiate the more love. The more love you radiate, the more love reflects back towards you. Being in this space of awe and gratitude literally opens portals to higher frequencies of love to help guide you. There is so much to be grateful for, dear one. There are numerous trees, plants, stars, flowers, beautiful sunsets, snowflakes, and reflecting water drops. Tapping into any one of these beautiful cosmic creations allows us to tap into the universal consciousness of pure love. Allow gratitude to fill your entire being. Immerse yourself with this feeling of wonder and awe. This is the first step to inner transformation. I am open to universal love that shines through the miracles of life all around me. Awesome. Can't get any better than that. That kind of sums up, well, it really sums up what we've actually been talking about this whole time. Being grateful. Be grateful for the sacrifices that you've made. Be grateful for the increase of love that's coming in regards to those sacrifices. Be grateful for the changes that you're about to make in regards to love and reciprocity. This will make your reading shift. I need you all to meditate on this reading. And I need you all to go inward and say, I am enough. The sacrifices that I have made are necessary for my increase. The sacrifices that I made are necessary for me to change my perspective around give and take and love. The sacrifices that I made are necessary for me to take my perceived disappointments and turn them into fuel for my future, and to turn them into actual tools that I use to create what I desire. Right? To align myself with the universal force that's waiting for me to cooperate with it. And through this, I get the reconciliation. I get the romantic feelings and the butterflies back in my life. If only I make the effort to work with the universe, to take care of myself, to pay attention to my family, to be silent when I'm feeling negative, and to believe that through cooperation with the universe that I will have the success. To embrace endings, because endings are nothing but beginnings to more money, more love, more abundance in my life. I hope this alignment reading has been inspirational for you, and that when you get the next alignment reading, that you will be in a whole nother place, that you will be ready for the next lesson to come. I need you to click on that bell icon so that when the next alignment reading comes, you won't miss it, because you're going to need it. Click on the bell icon. Not only click on the bell icon, share this video. This is for everyone. This is for everyone. Give someone the gift of alignment. All right? So reconstruct the world by reconstructing your mind. I know you can do it. Why? Because you are enough. You are enough. Bye.